step I pill, and I go on drill.
Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back with another video. And today, guys, we're going to be taking another look at this migrant crisis. More specifically, this Fox News segment where they're reporting on the Democrats being freaked out that Elon Musk is exposing the immigrant crisis and how big major media outlets and even the government refuses to acknowledge that this immigrant crisis is a crisis or even a problem at all. So before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss another upload. Yeah, let's get into it.
Liberals attacking Elon Musk for simply seeing the carnage at the border. The billionaire going where Joe Biden refuses.
You see him in person, went in person to go check it out for himself.
And live streaming his trip to Eagle Pass, Texas on X. The town gets routinely bombarded by thousands of illegal immigrants. The Tesla.
Yeah, and if you see my last video, if you guys will see my last video on this subject, you'll see most of them are coming through Eagle Pass, up to 10,000 people a day going through Eagle Pass. It's crazy, guys.
The CEO getting a tour from Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez, and they say it's not just women and children crossing.
What we're seeing here are, in some cases, some pretty extreme individuals coming through.
Sure.
Obviously not suggesting everyone is like this, but you're talking about a guy who came through who had face tattoos, including tears.
Yes.
Tattooed on his face.
Yes.
The tear, when somebody tattoos a tear, it means that they have murdered someone.
Yeah.
And they are so proud of having murdered someone that they tattoo one tear on their face for every person that they kill. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. I mean, these are
and this
people,
person just claimed asylum.
And
we just let them in.
We let them in.
Most likely, if they were murdering people somewhere else and proud of it, they will continue in that tradition.
That's exactly right.
Predictably, the liberal media and the Democrats are freaked out that Musk is exposing Biden's border crisis. And
And even like I said last video, like, these South American countries are emptying their prisons of dangerous and violent criminals, rapists, murderers, kidnappers, traffickers, all types of people just being released from prison and just being sent across the border where they can seek asylum and are given job permits and all types of funding and help and all types of stuff.
MSNBC anchor says, how dare law enforcement host the billionaire? And AOC is trying to snitch on the Republican congressman who showed Elon around the border. And while liberals bash Musk for going there, others like this squad rep are flat out denying there's a problem at all.
No doubt about it. Our border is secure, and we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and we have to fix a broken system.
Wait,
and
you think it is secure? You think the border is secure? Or it is not secure?
Yes, the border is secure.
But if you have millions of undocumented migrants coming into the country, how is the border secure?
Jake, this is not.
And to be more specific, 7 million illegal immigrants in the last 3 years. 7 million. Yet somehow she thinks our border is secure and that there isn't a migrant crisis.
Not a new crisis.
It just seems like just such a refusal to acknowledge reality.
All right, so Greg, why do you think the press is mad that Musk is doing the job they should be doing?
I just love Jake's expression, though. It looks like he's smelling something really bad. But if Fox goes to the border, nobody follows. The media doesn't follow, right? They don't have to because it's Fox. But if Musk goes, it's news. He's flypaper to these lazy saps, and he knows it. This is the only way it can happen. So because Musk is like a Trump substitute for their routine of mockery for the time being, he knows that if he goes to the border, they will follow him. But when they do the story, it's not about the border. It's now Musk is at the border.
Right.
And so what do these finger sniffers report on? You got to read the headlines. It's like his live streaming was ridden.
So instead of focusing on the real problem, you're going to attack somebody's character. Instead of focusing on the real problem at hand, which is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of people a day illegally entering the country, you want to focus on how this man is dressed and his poor internet connection. Crazy.
Riddled with glitches, and he wore his cowboy hat backwards. So that's their investigative reporting. Well, if you don't like how he's doing it, why don't you do it, you D-bags? Why don't you do your job so he doesn't have to go? But you won't. So he goes, and now you cover it. Musk is essentially fulfilling a role.
Look at him, and bro's just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Bro is just chilling. Got a calm, low fit. You know what I'm saying? Brody just chilling, reporting on the real stuff, and y'all getting mad and attacking him. That's crazy.
Role that for the last 3 years has been vacant. President. He's on the forefront of speech. He's on the forefront of immigration. He's on the forefront of parental rights, while our so-called commander-in-chief is, renovating his house using money from China. So he's stepping up because apparently our commander-in-chief doesn't give a damn. He does. The bigger story now is because he's doing this, the government is targeting him. They're going after him. They're suing him based on stuff that he's not even aware of. And the reason is they know he's immune because he's the world's richest man. So they're going to...
And Biden just recently did a interview attacking Elon Musk for his work on Twitter and, X, how he's exposing all types of stuff, and how they're saying he's encouraging misinformation about elections and vaccine and the migrant crisis and blah da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? They just went in on him, you know what I'm saying? But he's reporting the real stuff and giving the data and showing the evidence.
Use their legion of operatives and minions to take him down and limit his speech. Like, he's the most dangerous person in the world to the Democrats and to the left. And he's also the most important chess piece on the chessboard. And they got to take him out. Rather than just simply listening to them, they got to destroy him. If he were a leftist, he would be safe. But unfortunately, in order to have free speech and be able to speak truth to power, you got to be a billionaire.
Maybe Musk should go here and look at the migrant settlements. Maybe he should go to the San Francisco homeless tents. We should just send him everywhere, and then the media has to report on it.
Well, did you hear that Mayor Adams in New York City apparently he's got signs out saying, if you're an immigrant, you're better off going to a more affordable city. Okay, as if we aren't paying for their housing, their education, their medication, and everything they need. Look, the truth is that Elon Musk is an immigrant who is a self-made billionaire who has a company in Texas.
Now, you got to, like she said, Elon Musk is not even an American. He was born in South Africa and lived most of his childhood in South Africa. Now, he came here for a better life, and now he built it for himself. He's the richest, the richest man in the world confirmed. You know what I'm saying? By confirmed assets, he's the richest man on earth. He can literally do whatever he wants. He's obviously an American citizen now, and he loves this country, but he's not even an American citizen. He's an immigrant. He came in the right way. And look at him.
Who has every right to go to the border. And the truth is that the Democrats are not going to the border. And when Elon goes to the border, then the press goes to the border. And they just don't want the border to be seen. And amazingly, Joe Biden is in Arizona at the same time and won't go anywhere near the border. And so, the only time that AOC, who's making fun of both Elon and the congressman who took him there, is in 2019 when she did this fake, she was crying because, she thought the children were in cages. That's because Donald Trump was the president. She hasn't been there since. This is such a political back and forth. And Ayanna Presley over there with Jake Tapper saying the border is secure. I mean, they gaslight us. They absolutely look right at us and say, of course the border is secure. This is a humanitarian crisis. Jay Johnson, who was the head of Homeland Security in 2019, says we now know what 1,000 illegals look like. When we get to 4,000 a day, then we're not going to be able to handle it. Well, right now we're at 10,000 a day, and we cannot handle it.
You know, when the fires ripped through Maui, all the networks went, CNN went, MSNBC went, because that's a sexy location and they can stay at a nice place. It's very.
And you got to even remember, too, and I also made a video on that, but when the press and FEMA and all the like Red Cross, all the humanitarian aid, not the actual funding, because they still haven't really provided any funding for the people over there. Just the like the news crew and Red Cross, all the people that went over there to pretend that they were really helping when they really weren't. Staying in 5-star hotels and resorts with hot tubs and jacuzzis and tiki bars and beach fronts, all types of stuff. Spending more money on hotels than they actually did to help the people in need. Crazy.
Difficult to fly from New York and D.C. down to South Texas, down to the border, and they don't want to go. There's nowhere nice to stay. The backdrop's not good. That has a lot to do with it, Harold.
It may. It's good to be back with you.
It's good to have you back, Harold.
A couple of quick things. One, anyone has the right to go to the border. You're right, Your Honor. And anyone, Democrat or Republican, that says otherwise, or any network that says otherwise is just wrong. It reminds me when I listened to my friend, the Congresswoman from Massachusetts, and she's a friend. But when Republicans, when guns, something happens with a gun, and some Republicans say there's no gun issue, we don't have to react to it. But when, I think that's wrong, and when a Democrat says there's nothing going on at the border, that it's secure, that's just not credible. We have a challenge at our border, and we've got to deal with it. I appeal to all my friends, old friends, and those I didn't serve with in Congress. Don't shut the government down the next day or so. Or if you do, carve out funding for the military and for federal law enforcement, including our border security officials, for all of us who are concerned about it. Put the politics aside for one moment. If they miss a paycheck or we go a day or two over, the problem could worsen. Now, the problem's been screaming at us for a long time, and we've sat around and said, by the way,
now it's already bad. Now imagine you stop. Like, the crime is already bad and rampant, right? And the police, they're already underfunded, understaffed, and everything. Now imagine those few that are left don't get their paycheck. What you think? You just expect them to work for free? I mean, I certainly wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna risk my life every day dealing with people like this. And I'm not getting paid. You bugging, like you tripping. I'm taking myself right on home, laying down. I'm taking a nap. You know what I'm saying? I would not be dealing with that if I'm not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got my money, don't even call me. Don't even expect me to come into work. And that goes for any field. It don't even gotta be law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? But that goes for any field. You ain't got my money? Psst, I ain't coming into work. What this look like? Huh? What?
I like that Fred Perry.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a classic.
Jacket, you have one. The wall, sending the military down.
Greg Fetterman.
Finding ways.
No, I got stopped.
Finding ways to reform the asylum process. I think Will Hurd, this Republican running for president, has said it well. You have to reverse that. You don't automatically get to come in because you're applying for asylum. That's one of the legal issues that Shannon knows well that you have to address. And you got to figure out how you help some of these law enforcement agencies in these other countries, the ones that are not corrupt, the ones that don't have governance challenges. But I push back on anyone that says that Elon Musk didn't have the right to go to the border, and I think you may be right. He had to go to Chicago and talk about crime. He had to go to San Francisco and talk about crime. And frankly, he had to go to some places and talk about race relations as well. It might help solve some of those problems.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of leadership. So when you have these Democrats on your Sunday show, do you ask them, is the border secure? When they say it is, what do you say?
Well, here's the thing. There are Democrats who have been saying it's not secure. You got the Henry Cuellars of the world, who is a congressman out of Texas. And I find it interesting that any member of Congress would say, well, a Texas congressman shouldn't be down there talking about the border. I mean, this is a nonstop issue. Why wouldn't they be drawing attention to it? And it's his district,
and the richest man in the world is in Texas and wants to see it. You're going to go.
You're going to show up and show him. And by Elon being there doesn't box out anybody else. Like, I don't know why people are outraged. Like, everybody is free to go see it for themselves. And these members.
Yeah, if you don't believe it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't believe, all you got to do is take a trip right on down, go see with your own two eyes. If you don't want to believe the media, none of that, You don't want to believe nobody? Go down there and look with your own 2 eyes. With your own 2 eyes, you could see exactly what is going on. You'll see that they just letting them in. Come on in, guys. Come on into America. Come on, guys.
Members have had to get creative trying to get the attention of the White House. There's a piece now of legislation in the House by 2 members, one from Texas, one from New York. And what they're saying is these cities like New York City, which is now getting overwhelmed, cannot ask for federal funding if they had declared themselves sanctuary cities.
Right.
You can't make that declaration, draw people in, and then now say you need more federal money. So these members of Congress are just going to try to attack it any way they can. And that includes getting attention.
Mm-hmm. How do you know if the cowboy hat's backwards?
I don't know. That was what they were claiming.
It's probably wrong.
Yeah.
You probably had it on the right way.
Hey,
So what if his cowboy hat was backwards?
Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Yeah, that's going to be it for that video. You know what I'm saying? Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Share this with somebody who you think will find this useful. To be honest, just share it in general because, like, as you can see, a lot of people still don't think this is an issue, and it is. This is a big problem. I'm saying this is a big problem, guys. We have no money, none of that to support these people, but somehow we got $100 billion to send to Ukraine. We ain't got no money for the people in Maui. We don't got no money to solve the homeless and drug problems in Philly, in San Francisco, and all over Cali, and all types of stuff. But we got money for Ukraine, and Ukraine is no longer even a democracy. They canceled the presidential elections. Canceled it. It's crazy. But again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss another upload. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.